welcome to Let's Be Love. This is your girl V, and today my special guest is Davian from South Africa. How are you?
I am feeling amazing. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Well, you look amazing. Like, in
You.
fact, I'm gonna give you my first ever virtual bow because your
Thank
face
you
is
so much.
beat.
Thank you.
Yes, you look amazing, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Davian, when I say the word love, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, acceptance. Um, I think by acceptance comes or self-acceptance, I would say, because you need to accept yourself in order for you to love yourself. And when you love yourself, you can love somebody else. It's much more easier for you to love somebody else. So self-acceptance.
I love it. That is very important. Love yourself first.
Yes.
Now, Davian, your makeup is flawless.
Yeah.
But how do
Especially for
you,
you.
thank you. How do you identify or label yourself?
Well, I would label myself as an androgynous in my own way, where you can see as a full beard and a boy's haircut, and no woman's clothes, but the face is beat femininely. So I would label myself as an androgynous or
Yes,
gender fluid, if you would put it that way. Gender fluid is
yes,
more the word.
yes. You are a beautiful androgynous man. I love it.
Thank you very much.
Now, are you attracted to men, women, both?
Well, men only. In the past, I used to date girls. That was in school. From primary school, we have primary school and we have secondary school, which is high school. So in primary school, I dated girls, and then in my first year of high school, I also dated a girl. But then I just realized that golf just wasn't for me because of that connection. I believe in a connection. So when there's nothing, don't push the connection. You understand?
When did you have like your first kiss or first relationship with a guy?
My first kiss I had with a guy at the age of 17. 17, and at that moment, the butterflies, you're nervous about it, you want to kiss that person. And when it happened, I actually felt that this is where I want to be. This is what I want, is to get a kiss from a guy that made me feel very comfortable.
Now, how did your family react, or what's your relationship with your family now?
My relationship now with my family, seeing that I am an adult, it's much more easier nowadays, much more easier. Well, growing up in a Christian home where my both my parents are evangelists. Um, it wasn't, no, gay was not okay.
But you didn't feel like your family would accept it because of your Christian background.
My parents accept me, but they do not accept the things that I do. I think if I would come out now, um, they will be so much more accepting because of what I've showed them over the period of time, over the years, how I'm comfortable with myself, doing my makeup. Yes, wearing makeup. I don't do anything else femininely except for makeup, just makeup.
But your family's seen your makeup, and how have they responded?
And on a very positive note, because to me this is also a business, and they see it as a business as well. I'm so glad they see it as a business. Um, yeah, so it's much more easier for them to just accept it, and they're okay with it because I'm making a living out of it. I can pay my roof, I can put bread on my table with what I do with makeup.
And so, even though you haven't sat down with your family and had this extensive conversation about your sexuality, you and your family are still very close.
So very close, so very, very close. I have two older brothers. One is a evangelist, and then the other one is a pastor. But growing up, we learned that we have to stick together no matter what. So I think that made them very easier to accept me as a person. Although I did not tell them, listen, I am now gay and I'm attracted to guys and whatever, and I like makeup. But they are so supportive, and we just get along very well, very very.
Good, good. Now you are in South Africa, born and raised. What is life like there in general? Like, what's life like in kind of Cape Town, South Africa?
Cape Town is the big city, and that's where all the luxury stuff is. The upmarket clubs, the restaurants, the stunning beaches. So Cape Town itself is very beautiful, but you do have your areas where crime is like taking over. For instance, my area, that is where crime is very high. But it's under control, you know. Somehow they're trying to control it, the police or whatever. But police are also scared nowadays to go into against the areas because of, they can get hurt as well.
So Cape Town itself is a modern city, but then you have smaller areas, kind of like, in the United States, you have your larger cities and then you have your small towns.
Yes,
And
yes,
so
yes,
you're saying like in the smaller areas, there's a lot of crime and there are different gangs.
yes. So like at the moment, it is we are in lockdown because of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the cigarette selling here in Cape Town or in South Africa is banned. They're not supposed to sell cigarettes, but the gangsters they currently taking over the selling of cigarettes, and now they're fighting over territory, and they are fighting with weapons and guns, and yes, they are actually hurting each other and people in the area as well
Over cigarettes.
over cigarette selling, over cigarette selling.
Wow. So,
Yes,
so different gangs they're fighting over territory and currently fighting over selling cigarettes.
currently over cigarette selling because
Uh,
of the stores that not they're not allowed to sell cigarettes. So now they getting it from someone they know that distributes or works in a distribution, and then doing it illegally,
wow.
selling cigarettes
Yeah, this
and
pandemic,
alcohol, even alcohol,
they can't sell alcohol right now.
nothing.
Goodness. So when the pandemic occurred and the lockdown occurred, they put a ban on alcohol and cigarettes in
So
South Africa.
that's that's correct.
Now, what does that look like for a gay person in that area? Do you see openly gay people in South Africa? Like, is it common to see two guys holding hands there?
I do see nowadays how more openly gay people become in terms of having a relationship. It wasn't always okay back then, but it's okay now. Society accepts you. I think society accepts us more now. Seeing that gay marriage is legal, so why can't we be like a normal straight couple? We'll still look at you funny. They will still make remarks to your side. They will. So not everybody is accepted of the whole holding hands in public, being affectionate in public.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's slow. It's progress, but it's slower progress.
Slow progress, yes, it's a very slow progress. On social media the other day, I somebody shared a video of mine, and it hurt me so much just to read what that guy is saying or commenting on my post. And what he said was, is this what the 21st century is looking like? for guys. It's just now guys in the 21st century, and Lord have mercy on their souls and stuff like that. So it hurt me. It really hurts to get that kind of remarks and comments from people. That's on social media now.
Well, the world can be cruel, and it's not anything new. I mean, like little boys have been sneaking in to put on their mother's shoes and try their makeup forever, just out of curiosity. It's
Mhm.
nothing new.
Nothing new yet. Nothing new. Growing up for me, I would always just secretively behind closed doors put on my mother's shoes just to get the feeling of something feminine, because I know deep down inside I wasn't a straight guy, but I like certain stuff when it comes to feminine stuff. You understand? So I would also just put on my mother's shoes, and when she comes into the room, I will just take them off and then shove them away, just for her not to see I'm interested in feminine stuff. So yeah.
Do you wear your makeup out openly there?
Not in public.
We know that there's, of course, the internet and social media, which, like you mentioned earlier, you can sometimes have cyberbullying. But
Mm.
have you seen other androgynous people kind of look like you in your area, or do you only see that on social media?
I see it more on social media. What I would see in my area is more of the transgendered guys, more transgendered guys, or just guys that is basically doing drag on a daily basis. So not really androgynous, you understand? But it seems like the public is accepting of someone that is looking like a girl and not a guy with makeup on his face, like a girl, and having a beard and what.
You're wearing makeup. Do you have a desire to be a woman? So, do you ever want to have a sex change? Do you ever think about becoming a woman?
Well, um, I am a very artistic person. I'm a very artistic person. I love drawing. I love mixing colors. I love putting stuff together. So I'm a more of an artistic person. So for me to just showcase that talent, um, I use makeup. You understand? So I don't have a desire or whatsoever to have a sex change or to become transgendered or to do female impersonation or whatever. So no, I don't have a desire, but I'm just using makeup to showcase my artistry on social media.
And you do a beautiful job of it. I love
Thank you so much. Thank you.
it. You you have myself and many women jealous because we cannot do makeup like that.
I'm a self-taught makeup artist. So
And you're a hairstylist.
I'm a hairstylist.
How do you meet men in your area since you're in South Africa? Like, how do you meet men?
Well, in my areas, it's not really safe to go out and just meet up with a guy or get approached by a guy. So I would mainly just do it from online. I would go for guys online, chatting to them and getting to know them, just to see if we maybe have that kind of connection. You understand?
Do they have gay clubs there?
Cape Town is very big on gay club, very big on gay club. Um, there is one specific gay club that I would not recommend people going there because it's not safe in there. But
What about churches? Are there any gay affirming or gay friendly churches there?
we do have gay churches. I know of two.
And what about churches in general? I know you mentioned that your parents are pastors and you grew up in the church. What was your personal experience like, going to church when you were younger and then as an adult?
Well, we did not have a choice but to go to church, seeing that my parents were so active in church. And I grew up being just wanted to be an example. You understand? So I started to to involve myself in church activities like singing in church, Sunday school. I was a Sunday school teacher. I was just underneath a youth leader. I was very active in church, and where I stopped going to church, meaning the great churches, was because of the judgment that I got from the people in church. Not every church is accepting of gay people, although we are so much more focused on doing the good things. That church is a place for us where we can really show we are good people and we can do good for other people. So being active in church was huge to me. About 2 years ago, I completely just stopped going to church because of certain things that was thrown to me in church and certain things that I could pick up in the church. So 2 years ago, I just stopped with going to church. It doesn't make me less of a believer. You understand? It doesn't make me less of a believer, but yeah, I still believe in God, and it will never go away. It will
Right.
never go away. I mean, a church is the building where people come together and they learn about the word of God and God himself. But it doesn't mean your relationship did not change because you're not in church anymore. Yeah,
Yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes the people in church will turn you away from church.
that's great. That's great. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
Now, Davian, what would you say to society about how they address LGBT people or same sex relationships? What would you say to
What I would say to society is we are not going anywhere. We are not here to hurt you as gay people. We are not here to hurt you. Um, yes, if you respect us, we will automatically respect you. If you can love your child, I know you love your child unconditionally, but if you can accept your child, it will make it much more easier for that gay child to just be himself and live his true life for himself. And not accepting your child will just push that child away into a world that we don't want to live in as humans. I mean, you can either commit suicide. I have friends that committed suicide of parents that could not accept their child or their children. Um, so yeah, I feel if you accept your child, you keep him away from hurting himself and destroying his life.
thank you, Davian, for sharing your perspective. Uh,
Um,
everyone's journey is different, but I thank you for just sharing a little glimpse
Thank
into that.
you. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. And I really hope all of the best for you going forward in what you do and bringing that message across about the LGBTI community. I think you're doing a fantastic job. I checked on your YouTube channel and you are phenomenal. And I pray that God just he will open up that door for you and you can set up your own talk show one day.
Wow,
I'm not
wow.
towards it
Thank you.
because you are amazing, and I wish you all of the best.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Davian.
Okay,
I
so
will
well,
definitely be continuing to follow you on social media and
yeah.
tell people where we can see those beautiful, glamorous shots of you. What's your IG name?
Wow. Well, on Instagram, I go by Davian MUA.
Everyone can check out your beautiful pictures on Instagram. I'll put the link above for them to see. And again,
Thank
Davian, just thank you for your time and sharing your
you.
story with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel amazing just sharing my story and yes, people to get to know who I am. So thank you.
Thank you. Well, I want to say to everyone, let's be loved. Let's be love. Let's be the love that you want to see in this